Welcome back into Ryan Jacobson Weather. Hope your Saturday is off to a great start. Let's get right into the forecast for today. And as you can see, we still have obviously very impactful weather right now currently occurring in the United States. We saw definitely a severe weather outbreak yesterday, unfortunately, as we did see over a dozen tornadoes yesterday, and there was definitely some strong ones. Unfortunately, again, we don't know the EF ratings on these tornadoes yet, but I think there was at least one or two EF3 tornadoes from yesterday's tornado outbreak. Looking at the imagery right now, the cloud imagery, you can still see we still have this rain and thunderstorm still over the central U.S. as it feels like this has just been ongoing here for the last days, basically at this point. This is going to continue today, and we are expecting more severe weather today going to this afternoon. I don't think it's as high of a potential as yesterday, but I still unfortunately do think we are going to see some severe weather. So let's just get right into the forecast for today. So this is the day one outlook, and as you can see, we do have an enhanced risk for severe weather spanning from northern Tennessee going all the way to eastern Texas here. This also includes Arkansas, going to Mississippi, as well as Louisiana. This is fueled by a 10% hatched risk for tornadoes, and we have that marginal risk go all the way up into central Pennsylvania, and then obviously all the way down to obviously southern Texas. But again, in that 10% hatched risk for tornadoes, you want to be weather aware today, as I do think there will be a couple of tornadoes in that 10% hatched area. We also have a 30% wind risk today with these thunderstorms. We also have a 30% hatched risk for severe hail. So there could be some large hail today from this system as well. Going into tomorrow, we only have a slight risk of severe weather as our front is finally going to start moving today, in this long, duration of precipitation is finally going to come to an end. It's going to start to move to the east. So tomorrow there is a severe weather threat. It's only a slight risk as of now. We do have that 5% tornado risk, which I suspected was going to happen. Again, there's a possibility this could be upgraded to 10%, but I really think it's just going to stay at 5 here. So obviously a spin tornado or two is possible even tomorrow, but I do think it's going to be a lot less than like what we've seen the last couple of days. You can see we have a 15% wind risk as well, and we don't even have a hail risk for tomorrow. So it looks like today's really the last major day for severe weather, and hopefully it doesn't go as big as what they're saying right now. So let's break it down real quick on the models. So this is the current look right now, and as you can see, we have a large amount of precipitation all the way going up into upstate New York, all the way down here into Texas. We even have a little bit of snow here on the backside of all this precip. That's in portions of New Mexico, and even going into northern Texas, seeing a little bit of snowfall there. Again, in these areas here from around the southern tip of Illinois back into Arkansas into eastern Texas, there's a wide area of flash flood warnings currently ongoing as dangerous conditions are developing because of all of this rain. So there's a widespread area of flash flood warnings. Be sure to check weather.gov if you're under one of those warnings. That's how you can get all of the latest information on watches and warnings in your particular area. But let me put this forward for you guys. This is going into this afternoon here. This is going to be going into this afternoon. And as you can see, going into this early evening, late afternoon, these thunderstorms are going to re-fire off here across portions of Mississippi, going back into Louisiana. This is where our severe weather threat is going to be today, a little bit further to the east than yesterday. And then this is going into tomorrow morning here. You can still see that precipitation still ongoing here. This is going to finally start to get moving here, this frontal boundary. This is going tomorrow afternoon. Could be some severe weather right in here. Again, I don't think it's going to be as high as today. And then this is going into Monday here. This is Monday afternoon, and there could even be a flare-up of a couple thunderstorms here across central to northern Florida. But I'm not really expecting much in the way from severe weather from those. And then going into next week here, we're going to see a cool down across most of the northeast here. Look at this. We have a low pressure system wrapping down from Canada, bringing some cooler air and even a couple of snow showers here across the Midwest going into the northeast. This is on Tuesday here. You don't see this too often here for, going into the second week of April. So it's going to be a little chilly here across portions of the northeast this upcoming week. Eventually, though, I would expect it to warm up going into next weekend. But again, time will tell. Let's take it all with a grain of salt, as we are now about 7 days out. This is the current setup right now, and as you can see, this is going into this afternoon here. See more showers and more storms across basically the exact same areas, unfortunately. This is going to this afternoon here, and as you can see, let me play that for you guys real quick. As you can see, these storms are going to be pretty semi-discrete here, so I am expecting a couple of tornadoes. Even with these up in here, I think these have the potential to produce maybe a spent tornado or two anywhere along this line of storms. I don't think the potential is as high as yesterday, but I do think we still are going to unfortunately see a couple of tornadoes today. This is now going into tomorrow. This is tomorrow morning, going into tomorrow afternoon, as that severe threat pushes down and pushes to the east. Let me show you that significant tornado parameter value for today here. Let me play this for you guys. This is the current setup. So this is the current setup right now. So not much SIGTOR out here, but going in this afternoon here, you can see those values start to increase here. And we can still see values here up to, look at this, 7. So you're still seeing high SIGTOR values. Again, not as high as yesterday, but you still want to be weather aware if you're in these areas today, as I do think a couple tornadoes are still likely today. And then going into tomorrow, you can see the SIGTOR numbers are a lot lower and will not be as high tomorrow. So it's a good sign. It looks like this is the last major day of the severe weather outbreak that seems like it's been going on for weeks now at this point. It feels like every day we're unfortunately dealing with severe weather, but I really think this is the last major day of the severe weather outbreak that's lasted now, 4 or 5 days at this point. So I thank you guys all for stopping by. Can you just keep checking backs on the weather ahead? I'll have an update tomorrow morning highlighting tomorrow's severe weather risk. We'll also start going over next week's potential for some cooler weather and seeing, what's ahead going as we go into the middle of April here. So thank you guys all for stopping by. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.